Hey everyone, welcome to Craving Something Scary, where it's all horror all the time. Now in this video, I'm going to share some just released new behind the scenes images taken from the set of Halloween Ends, and wow, they are showing us some things about this movie. Now in addition to seeing Allison, Laurie, and Hawkins, we finally get our first look of Kyle Richards back as Lindsay. Furthermore, we get confirmation regarding the nature of Corey's relationship with Allison, and there are some killer images of Michael Myers that are going to get you fired up to see this movie. Let's go! So we have new behind the scenes images from Halloween Ends, and some of these pictures are amazing. Now I do want to warn you that a few of these images do reveal some aspects of the storyline that have been long rumored and talked about. So just be aware as we proceed, there are some plot points that are confirmed and revealed through these images. So I just wanted to put that warning to you now before we get started. Now, I have a lot of images to share, so I'm going to move through these pretty quickly. But the good news is you can go back and rewatch this video as often as you'd like, pause it, freeze frame it, what have you, if you need to. But for the sake of everyone's time, I'm going to move through these fairly quickly. I will pause occasionally on certain images that I want to talk about more in detail. Others, we're going to move through really fast, okay? So, having said all of that, let's dive into these pictures. So the first image we see here is of our trio of females. We have Allison, Laurie, and Lindsay. We finally get to see Lindsay for the first time in this entire period, really, since the last movie. Here they are, and we see, of course, Laurie holding the jack-o'-lantern there in the middle. And next up, we have another shot of our trio and that very familiar Final Girl shirt that we know Karen had gotten for them in the last, I guess after the last film, and made for them and sent to them. I remember back earlier in the year, they were showing pictures of them wearing the shirt that Judy Greer had sent them over. So here they are again, posing in those one last time together by their chairs. And now we get this awesome shot of the shape. There comes Michael Myers into the kitchen there at Laurie and Allison's house. Love this shot. And of course, over to the right, you can see the camera recording him face on. Love this shot. And then here's another great image of Michael Myers from the POV on the floor looking up. And you see the camera there. That will be following Michael into the next room as they shoot it. What a great image there also of Michael. I will say in this shot, Michael's knife has no blood on it, so he is yet to attack in this sequence. And sticking with Michael, here we got this great image, and we do see blood on the knife here. And what a great shot. Look at that. It looks like a bunch of, I don't know if it's dirt or soot or what that is. In the hair of the mask, you can see it on his shoulder, on his left collar there. If it's mold, I don't know what it is, but definitely grimy, dirty, not clean, but he has been killing someone. We got a knife there with blood. Now, the next shot I'm going to tell you about real quick is going to reveal a plot point. So this is the first one that we're going to see confirmed in these pictures. We've been speculating here on the channel. I've been talking about it for months about Corey and what his relationship with Allison will be. You know, there's been a long rumor that they are boyfriend and girlfriend. There's been other rumors that they don't even know each other, that maybe he'll just be pursuing her. We're not really sure. Well, I can tell you right now, guys, we now have definitive proof. Here is the first image I'm going to show you. Here is the two of them on a motorcycle embracing one another. And the next shot here, even further, you see the full-blown kissing of each other. So there is no question whatsoever now that they are indeed love interests. Allison has moved on in this 4-year period from Cameron and now is with Corey. So she's keeping with the C's, but different person. But yeah, clearly they are together. And then here's one more shot of the two of them together. Again, looking like, a boyfriend, girlfriend would. And I believe that's going to be outside of the radio station with that neon red there, the sign. But here they are once again. So we have definite, conclusive evidence for sure that they are in a relationship together. No matter what he's been accused of in the past or what's happened in the past, obviously Allison believes he's innocent. And I'm assuming Lori does too, but I don't know, maybe not. Maybe she's skeptical. We don't know that part, but we know at least based on these images that Allison for sure trusts Corey enough to be with him in a romantic relationship. Now here we get a shot of Lindsay behind the bar, another good shot of her. It's nice to see a few images of her again for what we're going to see her in Ends. Don't know how long her role is going to be or her part, but at least we're going to see her for a few scenes for sure. Now here comes David Gordon Green looking at some screens as they're filming. Here's another shot of him talking to the crew. And this image here of him holding in the lens, I put this in because notice what's behind him here. That is where in the trailer, in the TV spot, you see someone running down what looks to be running to the sewers, got the flashlight, and these are the pillars that you see at nighttime. This is what it looks like in daytime. It's basically a freeway, like an overpass above him, a bridge overpass. Those are the support beams, concrete support beams for it. So I want to put this in there to show you where this is what it looks like during the day, what we see from that scene. All right, and below here we've got, again, David Gordon Green with Allison and Lori looking at some footage. And then we get this great shot of Michael, or copycat, don't know which one for sure, is stabbing someone here. I'm assuming that's the same woman that was coming down the stairs in the trailer. I think it's the mother, possibly of Corey, but don't know that for sure. But we know that I think that's the same woman though, same hairline, everything. And I believe it's even the same similar type of floral pattern. Could be wrong on that, but definitely the same hair. And remember in the original trailer, we saw Michael stabbing and there were those feathers in the air. Well, here they are. There's the pillow that he's stabbing through to get those feathers from the trailer. Okay. Now here's one of my favorite shots here of her looking out of the door and the way she's holding the panel. It just really reminds me of 78. It has that feeling whenever she was looking out of the door in 78 across the street. It really is a nice, what I consider a homage to 78. Just love this shot. Now, here's another shot of Michael or the imposter, one of the two. Can't tell for sure how many fingers are on that left hand, but it's just a cool shot from behind as he's going into the kitchen there, presumably looking for Lori. Now, here's another great shot of Michael behind this tree, or I should say beside the tree. That's Lori and Allison's house. That's the same house that the trailer starts off with. That came out whenever it does the POV shot. That's the same front door, the same red siding or what have you. So that is definitely their house. And here he is stalking the house, which is what I want to see. More cat and mouse, more of that stalking type of Michael Myers we saw in 78. Next up is this image of Corey coming up behind Lori, and it actually startles her and she turns around and he's like, "Hey, I'm sorry to scare you. Didn't mean to scare you." But clearly they're on good terms. They're friendly. I think that the Strodes are definitely in the camp of Corey and believing his innocence. You can see like he's been in a fight. He's got the mark on his cheek and his left hand still is bandaged up. It was earlier too. I failed to mention that, but you probably noticed the bandage on his left hand. It's still there now. So he definitely got into some kind of an altercation with someone for sure. Now, the next scene here is is Lori in the bar with Lindsay. Lindsay's over there to the far left, and it's a scene between them talking at the bar. And then that leads us to what I think is some of the most interesting photos, of the shoot, or of the movie, I should say. And the reason I say this is because this is another plot line, guys. So another warning coming up here for a possible plot reveal of some story that doesn't really reveal much, but it does tell us something. So you notice here's Lori with the cops there. You already see the blue lights in the background on people. This is the scene where the police show up at her house. And all the cop car lights are on. Remember, Hawkins comes running up. All that. This is that scene. Around that scene, I think after that scene actually. And you see Lori here standing with her hands bloody. See, those hands are bloodied up, and she's talking to the deputy here. And this is one of those scenes where we were wondering, well, is this going to be after she kills Michael? Is it, or does she find Allison dead, or is Hawkins, or what's going to happen, to bring this scene to come? Well, look at this next image. Here we've got Lori standing there in the middle. And what's interesting is we can definitely do some process of elimination here. So we see over on the right side of our right to her left, there's Hawkins. And then to Hawkins' left right there is Allison. She's standing there. And whenever on the behind the scenes reel that this image came from, you hear David Gordon Green giving direction to the actors. And at one point he mentions Lindsay, look at Lori. So I don't see Lindsay here in this shot, but she is there. She could be maybe on the other side of Allison over there or something. But I bring that up because we know that whoever is attacked in her home that brings the police out, it's not any of them. So Allison is still alive, Hawkins is still alive, and Lindsay is still alive. In fact, here's another shot. This is again right there after it happened. You see Lori here with Hawkins talking. And then look over behind Hawkins there to the right. And you see there's Lindsay and there's Allison standing offish, which is kind of strange how, why in both of these shots, Allison is standing pretty good distance from Lori. Like she doesn't want to be around her. And I think I may know why. I believe the reason that Allison is staying away from her in both of these images is because Lori just killed Corey Cunningham. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. The blood on Lori's hands in these images is of Corey. I think that's what's happened. She killed Corey and she called the police. Everyone came running over, and this is what the aftermath is. So I don't know that for a fact. That's just a theory. But it makes sense why, number one, Corey's not here at all on screen. And Allison is here, but she's hanging out with Lindsay off to the side. She's not over there, comforting her mom, her grandmother, comforting Lori, talking to Lori. No, she's standing away, almost as if like, you killed my boyfriend. What are you doing? So that's kind of what I think happened here. I think Lori has killed Corey at this point in the film. Now, next up, we're going to see this shot of Lori, who's actually attacking Michael Myers and has got him down on like a table, and she's on top of him, literally on top of Michael Myers. And you can't tell because the camera doesn't show you, which I'm glad they don't, but it looks like she's either pounding on him or choking him or what have you. But yeah, that's what's happening here in this scene. And then I have just a couple more to show you real quick. Here's a shot of Lori walking through her house. Cameraman following. Very cool shot. And we have this shot here also of Lori with Lindsay. And we got the cop car there also. And we have this first shot finally confirming Hawkins is inside Lori's house. Remember earlier or in the TV trailer, we see him running up towards the house. We just saw the images a minute ago of them outside with Laurie. So this, I believe, is before that. I think this is when they come in, and Hawkins has that look of like terrified look on his face, like he's just come up on a murder scene, and I think the murder scene is Corey is dead on the floor, and and Laurie's in there freaking out. That's what I think's probably happening here, and then they go outside. But we'll see. Ultimately, we'll have to wait and see. All right, guys, the last one I have for you, and we'll call it a video. I have this image of the tow truck that we saw slightly saw the front of it, or in the original trailer. We saw a little bit of that front wheel, and we're speculating, was that a tow truck? Is that a bus? What have you. Well, here you go. It's a tow truck, towing and repair, and we see here on the ground, that is I believe a sheriff's deputy, because if you look at the right side of his not jersey, but his jacket, you see that shoulder patch. It looks like it could be a shield, like a badge shoulder patch that police officers wear. But look who's here waiting for him, guys. We've got Michael here with a stick or a crowbar or something. Does not look nice, whatever it is. And he's about to come down and probably kill this officer who's checking out the scene and the body. There is a body down there too. If you look down between Michael's legs where he's standing, there's a dead body already there. So that is another kill that we can expect to see in the movie. So guys, these are the images I wanted to share with you. I know there were a lot of them there. I went through them as quickly as possible, but we got a couple that really do speak more to the storyline. I think the two biggest takeaways for me is that Corey and Allison are in a relationship for sure. And the second one is that whoever dies in Laurie's house, and when she calls the cops, it's not Allison, Hawkins, or Lindsay. They're all safe, but there's blood on her hands, on Laurie's hands. So I'm going to stick with the theory right now that she kills Corey Cunningham in her house, who's dressed up like Michael Myers. And that's the scene that happens and leads them all to come over to the house and show us those images at night when everyone's highlighted in blue light. All right, guys, listen, I want to know what you think now about all of these images. What do you think they reveal about Halloween Ends? Have they changed any of your theories, or maybe given you some new theories or ideas? I want to hear your opinions, your thoughts, and theories about what you now expect to see, or maybe hope to see in Halloween Ends. So start leaving your comments below right now, and let's discuss it together. Well, that's going to be it for this update, guys, but I'll be back soon with more Halloween Ends and other horror movie content. Don't forget to like and subscribe. And until next time, this is Craving Something Scary, where it's all horror all the time. Thanks for watching.